Miami Vice type music in the background, like very.
Just waiting for him to ride in on a boat, like an explosion in the background.
Yeah. Or just see like fucking God, what was his name? Whatever the character was in Vice City for GTA.
Oh shit.
Tommy Vercetti.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what something like that. But
I couldn't remember his name.
That might have been GTA 3. The first one that was like the one right before Vice City.
Well, GTA 3 was the one with the guy with the leather suit on.
Leather suit?
Or not leather suit.
Leather jacket?
Leather jacket, yeah.
Yeah, like green pants or something.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
It basically looked like a Nintendo 64 game.
Yeah.
Like if we played it now, we'd be like, oh my God. This was the shit back then.
They actually dubbed in Goku and just left all the regular voices. So like Goku goes home and like all the shit's fucked up and then Raditz is showing like people are dead here, son. Like you ain't been here in a while, and it's very funny. Very funny mod dubbed over video.
I'd like to they should put out like a GTA collection.
Like
that'd be
all of
sweet
them together.
to have because I used to have GTA 2 for PlayStation, like back when they were still on black discs.
See, I never played GTA 1 or 2.
Actually, I think I still have it somewhere, but you were just a little pixel guy.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the one with the bad at it.
Camera angle where it would show like
it was all from the top. You can either zoom in or zoom out. But I was so bad at it back then because everything was so little and I couldn't shoot because you were literally just shooting like pixels at other larger pixels. And like, well, it was a little more than that, but I mean, it was drastically different than like GTA 5.
Oh, GTA 5 is even I never played on the newer systems. Like I didn't play the advanced one, but I heard it was completely different. Like,
I haven't played online or nothing, but I played GTA 5 for PS3. I didn't.
See, I played it on PS3.
I still want to get it for 4.
Yeah, so I want to play it on 4. I heard it was completely overhauled graphically. Like obviously, there's still not a lot going on. Like they showed in the trailer.
The game should have came out for PS4 anyway.
Yeah, it's just PS4.
It's like they were ready for PS4, but PS4 wasn't ready for them.
Yeah, they were milking
like,
that.
Fuck it, we'll just put the PS4 version out and make another $1 billion real quick. They're still gonna get another fucking $50-some from me because that game's been out for like what 2 years now.
Yeah,
it's still full fucking price almost.
Jesus, but they are still. The cool part about GTA 5 is they've been coming out with online content for it. So every like couple months they'll come out with a free DLC for it.
They did the same thing with Elder Scrolls Online.
Did they do the same thing with Elder Scrolls Online?
Right now Morrowind just came out.
Okay.
So
that's cool. So I want to play they just built Morrowind in Skyrim. There's a mod for it that you can download and they've been working on.
They built Bruma. The city you could never go to because it was destroyed in the very beginning of the game.
Oh wow!
That either came out or it's about to come out. You can download them. You can go to Bruma.
Damn.
Yeah, I want to get Skyrim for PS4 too.
Yeah, so I want to get Skyrim and be able to mod it because they just added mods to the consoles now, so you can mod it.
Fucked around a little bit with it on Fallout.
Okay.
But I ended up restarting because I was like, I haven't even beat the game yet. Now I'm not going to get all the trophies and shit when I get far.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
So I just restarted.
Modding. Yeah.
You could turn the mods off, but I had already done so much with mods just fucking around. I was like, no, I've already fucked myself.
Yeah, much. GTA does the same thing where they cut your achievements off if you start modding the game. And if you use cheat codes, because GTA is all about cheat codes.
Well, I wasn't quite sure about the mods at first.
Yeah.
Like how the way you downloaded them, everything, a lot of them were repeated and the same ones were in the same categories, and I think I accidentally downloaded one and opened it thinking it was something else, and it took me to this big it was, when I looked in later, it was the cheat room.
Okay.
Where it's just a room with a bunch of different corridors and stuff. This is full of a bunch of containers that have like everything in the game.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And I was like, fuck, what is all this? And I'm opening stuff. I was like, holy shit. I'm starting going through it. I was like, oh, fuck, I downloaded something I didn't want to. Because now I'm just loaded. I'm super over encumbered. I'm loaded with all kinds of stuff I can't even really sell or use. I can use it, but like, dude, there was literally a gun I had that you shot somebody and they just died. It burst out into flames and just died fucking instantly. Just instantly. And I was like, this takes all the fun out of the game.
That's crazy. Yeah, see, I never got
like
into
you can kill the swan in like one shot. You know what I mean? I didn't do that, but I imagine like people were just fucking hit, flames, dead. And I'm just like, okay, these are for motherfuckers that beat the game 4 times.
Yeah, and they're just trying to mess around. Like, I modded Skyrim when I had it on the PC, and I ran probably, like, the maximum amount of mods I was able to run at the time was like 100. And that was just graphical mods. There was nothing to enhance, like, weapon-wise or anything, and it looked just as good as it does now, or if not better.
I think there should be a little bit more leniency on the mods, because there's a lot of mods on there that are really cool. I don't think should affect your gameplay all that much. Like there was one mod where they just add more buildings, like that you can like live in and stay in and stuff. Like in Diamond City, there was just, where that kid is with the water, and he would sell you water, like kind of off by the wall, kind of more outside the city, but it's still within the ballpark or whatever.
Yeah.
There's that bald kid that
I know what you're talking. Yeah,
that ran the water
when
thing.
You walked up on the dock or whatever.
Yeah,
leaving the city. Yeah,
they put like a trailer like a little over to the side over by that night next to the water, and that was like kind of a place for you to live. But it was all decked out with all kinds of stuff, but you couldn't move or take or use any of the stuff that was in there, which is fine with me. It was all put there to make it look more realistic.
Yeah, make it look cool.
But I can't have that and still be able to play the game normally.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that doesn't change anything.
Right.
Doesn't change anything. Like if it's something like a cheat room or a whole new fucking city like Bruma or something.
Like a whole new world.
Yeah. If Aladdin's flying around in there, I understand.
Yeah.
That completely changes that. Like, yeah, okay, Macho Man dragons flying
Macho
around.
Man, that was really cool.
Like, yeah, that's kind of game breaking.
Oh, yeah.
Immersion breaking. But like, what, I get a cool trailer that's really realistic and it has a fucking, hot chick poster up in it. I'm not allowed to have? Fuck that. No.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I definitely
pay somebody to distinguish what's game breaking and what's not.
And depending on, like with the computer, depending on how many mods you put in there, it will break your game to the point where you got to figure out which one you fucked up, which one you have to delete. Like there was one I put in there, you can't even start the game. It'll start up, it'll say Elder Scrolls, and then it'll cut out.
Wow.
Yeah, it won't even let you get to the like loading screen. And you have to figure out which mod you need to take out because you literally broke your game.
Well, I know on Fallout I downloaded, or I got the mods that made like the grass green and there was vegetation and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I immediately took that shit back off.
Okay.
Because not only was this stuff so overgrown and so I couldn't see stuff that was on the ground, and like it just didn't work. It doesn't work. It looks good running around and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to find a dog, a guy walking around with a dog or something, which is a quest at some point, you have to find Earl or whatever his name is and do something with the dog. That's how you can get another dog, a friend for dog.
You can get another one?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
And there's a mod where you can turn dog meat into ghost from the wolf from Game of Thrones, all white. Yeah.
Oh wow.
He's slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. I think he looks exactly the same. He's just white, all white.
Okay. So that's pretty cool still.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Right.
Make that okay.
Like cosmetic stuff is what you're saying.
Yeah. I want make my dude's, Raider armor black or something. Let me do that. Or, look dirtier or give him a tattoo or something. You know what I mean?
Stuff like that would be sweet.
Add some more hair.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only probably like 40 hairstyles. Come on.
Yeah, the hairstyle thing was weird because you'd have to like go up and get your hair cut and shit, and it was like, I think it was in Diamonds? Not Diamonds. Yeah, it was in Diamond City where you could change your hair and your skin and shit.
Yeah,
but you didn't have very much to choose from.
Well, just not only that, but there's probably 40 different choices when it came to hair and stuff, and half of them were just slightly different than the others.
Yes,
or they were just blatant hairstyles you would not want to choose.
It's like we lost that special pair of scissors that could have cut your hair any way you wanted it to be cut.
Like, why do they still give you the option of bald in the middle? Who the fuck chooses that? Other than some guy who's just fucking around. Make a mod for that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Give us normal hairstyles.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Because, like, who's making that? Like, honestly, I mean, there's people out there that look like that.
And then that, like, half mohawk comb over thing. Nobody, the only person that uses that are non-player characters.
Yep.
And half of them have it. Like, there's a whole gang of people that have that. Like, that's part of the requirements to be in the gang is you got to have the same haircut. But, no, we're not quite there. Like, the WWE games haven't even quite. I haven't seen 2K18 yet.
Yeah.
Haven't even quite gotten non-player characters down yet. You look at the audience, and there's like the same 14 people just doubled and doubled.
Yep.
Like,
I think that's the same thing as this one.
Going.
Which I seen a little bit of behind
all
the
at
scenes
the same
for
time.
for the career mode or whatever, and Baron Blade is back, but he's actually like the production guy now. He's not somebody you
Baron
he's not
Blade
somebody you fight.
and Steve Johnson.
I haven't seen Steve Johnson yet, but like I said, I only seen
Steve
like
Johnson,
a small clip.
I think that's his name, Steve Johnson, but he's in every fucking game, and he's not a real guy. He's that jobber character they create, so that like that first rival,
that first
and your
person
first
you wanna
tag team partner. Not only that, but I was in NXT for 20 fucking years. And I kept feuding with the same damn people. I was number 2 on the roster forever.
Yeah, dude, it took forever to be able to get to, like, you could just, and you never got a title shot. Like, I felt like they screwed you every time you were going to get a title shot.
Every single time I felt like, all right, if I win this one, they have to give me a title. Like, I've won the last 15 fucking matches.
Right.
Like, all of a sudden, here comes Samoa Joe. If I beat him, I have to be, the next one has to be a title shot. Samoa Joe beats me in like fucking 2 minutes. I don't get a single punch on him.
That happened every time to me.
That shit is rigged.
It would be like she, because I got to SmackDown, and Vicky Guerrero would be like, all right, you win these next 5 matches, and we'll give you a title shot.
Vicky Guerrero? What game were you playing?
maybe I'm thinking of the game a year before this.
A couple years ago.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a couple years ago.
I'm playing 2K17, and Vicky Guerrero ain't nowhere that I know of.
Either way, it would be, I would fight 5 matches, and the next one would be the title shot, and I would lose to fucking... There was one time where Shinsuke got in the ring, knocked me out of the ring, and I'm like, cool, he's not going to want us to get it counted out, so I'm fighting him. And I go to run back in, he hits me with the motherfucking Kinshasa and runs back in the ring and gets me counted out. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That happened to me a couple times, too.
That would happen every single time before because they would be like, you're going to win these matches, and then you think you're going to get the title shot, and you would lose that last match, and you would go down on the power ranking like 2 or 3 notches.
Fucking A.
Fucking A.
Fucking A. I know, that game pissed me off, too. And then
Vicky fucking Guerrero. I'm thinking of like 2015.
Another thing that pissed me off is like I like the fact that you don't necessarily have to win matches as long as you put on good matches. You're doing good. But then like you're trying to go for a title shot, and you assume just from conditioning of watching wrestling my whole life that in order to get a title shot you have to consistently win. Yeah. But then Triple H is telling you to lose.
Yeah, to be a part of the authority thing.
Yeah. And then he doesn't like you if you don't do it. But then the weirdest ones is like, do 3. I want you to do 3 moves off the top turnbuckle, motherfucker. I don't even have that unlocked yet. Yeah, I'm still on the second rope, dude. Now you're gonna get mad at me for doing something I can't even do. It's just all kinds of weird little things they don't think about, and like maybe that's meant to like give you more choices or options, but like I don't want to like have to sit there and be like, fuck, what do I do? Like I want to have I want to be able to be like, okay, this is the obvious best choice. Yeah. Like this is what like one of these things is what you should do, but you can do these other things too and it won't be too terrible, or this one it will be. Like that stuff's cool because it gives it more of a game to it.
It's like cutting a shitty
But
promo.
all these things that are basically just things you didn't think about that are happening for no reason and there's no real rhyme or there's no consequence from it. It's stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's why we kept doing the same fucking thing over and over and over and over again in that game. It's like they put out the demo version of the fucking game. Yeah. Where you can only get so far, and then it just kept repeating the same shit over and over again. Yep.
It's just like,
and they're like, and it's like well, they're only gonna play it for 6 months and then want to buy 2K18 anyway, so we'll just give them 6 months of game, and if they really do like the game, we'll just make the same shit happen over and over and over again, so that it'll last them until they're like, well, I guess 2K18's coming out, I'm not gonna waste my. Or now, you know, Destiny 2's out, they're not playing this anymore. Yeah,
they're not playing this game, and we just came out with another basketball game. Yeah, a couple months before the wrestling.
They make a
game
new one
out.
every fucking year. Like, by the time you get anywhere in that game, you've pre-ordered the next one.
Yeah, and see, that's what I feel like.
Like, do it every 2 years and make a fucking awesome game every time.
Because you make it every 2 years,
add
and
some
you
new
just
components.
You just upgrade the shit you got. You upgrade the people.
That's how it used to be.
You give the options to change his hair.
The next game was just a better version. It was the last game. Everything you loved from the last game, plus some more shit that's either cool or not. If you don't like it, it's not going to be in the third one. Yeah. Like, what happened to that?
That would easily be able to come with just an update. Like, for this year, we're not going to give you a new game, but we're going to give you an expansion pack to what you already have. It's going to have all the new skins. It's going to have all the new entrances.
See, that's cool.
For like $10,
cool,
you're gonna get all the new characters and shit. Like, so I'll buy a brand new thing for $20. Like I've done that before with Rockstar Games, where they had a car game, and then they came out with a dub edition the year next and was $20, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll pay $20 for an expansion.
Well,
pack.
you're talking about a game that you're not gonna get the next one until like 5 to 10 years from now.
Yeah.
You're playing Skyrim or any Rockstar game.
Yeah.
Almost like GTA or
Look
Red
at,
Dead.
yeah,
You're
Red
not
Dead.
going to see another one for 10 years. So fuck yeah, I'll pay $20, $30, I'll pay $40
Yeah.
for a fucking expansion pack for those.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm
To add
still
more
playing
content.
those. Fuck, dude, they released Red Dead Undead Nightmare. Mm-hmm. That's a completely separate game.
Yeah.
And I bought it and played the fuck out of it. People hated on it, but I loved that shit.
Yeah.
I just was
It
happy
changed
to
everything.
have...
The zombies. It changed the characters.
Happy to have more Red Dead.
Yeah.
Fucking put out a 2K every 2 years and make each game better than the last one, and you will get my money full price every single time.
Yep.
I will not wait 6 months down the road till it's $25, $30.
Yeah, I'll buy it now.
I'll buy it now and play the fuck out of it for 2 years. You give me, an updated roster
like they do with Madden over the year.
and new pay-per-views and new Titantrons, new stuff.
Yep.
For the next 2 years, boom, make an awesome game 2 years from now that's even better than that last one, and I'll do it all over again.
Yep,
You have a
exactly.
loyal fucking subject. Why? Because I played the fuck out of WrestleMania 2000, out of fucking, what was that, WWF
You're talking about No Mercy?
Attitude? Or maybe it wasn't No Mercy.
No
No
Mercy
Mercy was 64.
Yeah, No Mercy was 64. Attitude was PlayStation.
Yes.
Yeah, Attitude and Warzone.
Well, Attitude was also on Nintendo 64.
Was it?
Because I was a 64 guy. at
Okay,
the
so I
time.
had the PlayStation at that time.
But I became a PlayStation guy after that. Mostly because Nintendo didn't make another one for a while, and then
Yeah.
it was GameCube, and not everything came out for GameCube. But yeah, I'll play the fuck out of them just like I
yeah.
did the SmackDown games, because those games were fucking awesome. They gave you storyline. They gave you. It didn't have multiplayer, which was fine.
Yeah.
It's completely fine because you were giving us awesome games.
SmackDown-
They were writing just as well and putting as much energy into the writing of the game as they were the writing of the actual show,
Yeah.
of the actual product.
SmackDown 2 had like an unlimited storyline to it. I played SmackDown 2 for so long that I'm pretty sure that the Stone Cold storyline where he got hit by a car was happening in the game as it was happening on TV. Because I
Wow.
went like 15 years in the story. I think you start out in like 2002 whenever the game came out, or 2001. I went to like 2020 or 2017, and Stone Cold got hit by a car, and it wasn't the person that hit him, wasn't Rikishi. It ended up being Billy Gunn in the video game. But like for so long there was no story, and then all of a sudden I'm walking and Stone Cold's walking, and all of a sudden he gets hit by a car, and I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
In real
Like
life,
this
it
is
was
actually happening.
Rikishi, and he did it for The Rock.
Yeah, he did it for The Rock, but in the game it was like Billy Gunn, and he did it for personal reasons or
Well,
something.
there in like one of the SmackDown games for PlayStation or PlayStation 2 or whatever, there was a storyline between Undertaker and Chris Benoit, I think, and it actually eerily foreshadowed
Okay,
the destiny of Chris Benoit.
interesting.
Like it had something to do with his wife and his kids or something like that. Like
Okay.
Undertaker said something about something that's going to happen to his wife and his kids. And
Yeah.
looking at it now, you're like, holy shit.
Okay, so I don't remember
So
that.
like,
That's crazy.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's obviously some good fucking They
Yeah.
put some energy into that writing. If they're coming up with such crazy storylines that could possibly mimic future fucking storylines in the actual
Yeah, exactly.
actual show.
Like all they would have to do, they wouldn't even have to so much update it. Just give us an endless story.
Do they still make Madden games every single year?
Yeah, Madden games still come out every year.
It's the same goddamn game.
It's improved over. It's just like wrestling. It's just a little bit of an improvement every year.
Well,
And
is
it's
it
more
though?
realistic?
Okay, so graphics wise,
Well,
but
not
it's
graphics,
the same
game
game.
mechanics. No, game mechanics like
Things run a little smoother, but
Well, not so
how
much
much
what it
changes
was-
in football though. You know what I
True.
mean? It's the same. It's still football.
yeah. But what they're like this year, they'll fuck up the defense. Okay, so you're always getting intercepted or something, and then the following year they'll fix it to where the defense
All right.
is so realistic. Like this year,
How many Madden games have they made?
20.
They've had to at least made
There's
Madden
more
for
than
the last
25
20
because
years.
they just came
at
out with
least.
Madden 25. So that's 25 years of Madden, and that was 2 years ago.
How the fuck have they not mastered it by now? How are they still having
Because
glitches
it's
and
EA.
game mechanics?
Because it's
and shit?
EA. This fucking EA empire.
I guess
and
that's
a whole corporation.
and there's always a new generation.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure by the end of this gen, Maddens will be fucking supremely made.
Yeah.
And by the end of PS3 Maddens were supremely made.
Yeah.
So I guess I see what you're saying. Like they're working with a whole new generation of technology.
Yeah.
But
well, it's just like
still, it's the same goddamn
it is.
game.
At the core of it, if I popped in Madden right now, you wouldn't be able to tell my Madden from the newest one.
I believe it. Other than maybe
Graphically,
graphics
well,
wise, yeah. Especially if it's one gen to another.
Yeah.
But
it's not even one gen to another. It's 17 to
18.
18, yeah.
Okay, but I'm saying especially you'll see a drastic difference if it's one generation of consoles.
Yeah, you definitely will. When they had I was surprised
but you
they were still making Madden for PS1 when fucking PS.
When did PS4 come out? 2014 probably. 2013.
What is the PS2 or PS3?
PS4.
PS4. Yeah, I think
so
it was 2013.
I bet you Madden 2014 looks like shit compared to Madden 2018.
Yeah,
and probably runs like shit.
Yeah, because they were still making PS3 versions.
But what I'm saying is, put out a Madden every 2 years.
I agree with that.
And you'll have less glitches in less games.
Yep.
Because you'll have 2 years to work out all those kinks. I think them having... Technically, they have less than a year. Because that shit's coming out before 2018.
Yeah.
It's coming at the end of 2017. So they have less than a year to put a whole fucking game together.
Yeah. So that's why they're taking the same what they already have. So they're actually working on, and
that's actually hurting the quality of the game.
Yeah, because they would have to have half their staff already working on the next game while the same game is being worked on.
They're essentially making one game, right? They're just adding more to that game every year. So you might as well just wait every 5 years and just put out one game that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Sell it for another 5 years. It will sell for another 5 years because it's fucking awesome. Update the roster. This year, okay, all these people were gotten in the draft and they're all on these teams. These people retired. Update everything. If they change their helmets or their logos or their uniforms and shit, update that shit.
Well, they do that for the whole season.
Or add new components to the game. Create a character. You're now in there. There's a storyline mode now.
Yeah.
You can buy a house. You can be a baller. You can buy cars and shit. Make it, integrate other types of games into it. Make it like a sim game too.
So that would be awesome. I've talked about that before. But what their incentive for people to buy the game now is it upgrades the audio, the uniforms, the injuries, the roster.
Yeah.
But for the season. That's it. Once the season's over, your upgrades are over. You have to go buy next Madden.
Well, just think about all the games you can make doing with a model like that.
Yeah.
Like, imagine Tony Hawk games. How fucking sweet they could be if they integrated all sorts of the business into it. Like the one Tony Hawk game where I feel like they just about nailed it. But you created a dude, you got sponsored, you and your boy came up in the storyline. He ended up being kind of a two-faced asshole by the middle of the story.
Was that Pro Skater, I think?
You were getting sponsorships. I think it was, they were all Pro Skater.
Well, yeah, but I think it was...
that was either Project 8 or American Wasteland, one of the two. But, I can't remember which one it was. But, you could get sponsorships, you get shoe sponsorships, you can design your decks, you could design your clothes. They were putting... It was like if you were a skateboarder in real life and you were getting sponsored. A real skater in real life would love that shit, and I did, because I was a skater at that point. That game was made for people like me, you know what I mean, who like seeing the reality side, the business side of these games that are based on real businesses and shit, like football and skateboarding and wrestling. They could do it with wrestling, too.
They could.
Wrestling is an even better format, because it is scripted.
Yeah.
It's basically made to be a great story.
See, wrestling would be cool if they took it, say you took it online. You now turn wrestling into an MMORPG. You do the same thing with sports games. But keep it the same game. It's not an RPG to where we're fighting each other with swords. It's an RPG in the form of, all right, now we're in the world. Now we have people making, like they decided if they wanted to be a wrestler in the beginning or they decided if they wanted to be a business owner. Now we have different organizations all over the world, and we could decide to go to those different ones. Yeah. And it's like all computer-based on a giant server. You would bring millions of people would be playing that. If I was able to, like, if you would still go through your story, like you would still have your offline base, but then have that online base, kind of how GTA did, where they're still going with it. People are still playing GTA 5 because of the online mode.
Oh, yeah.
Do that with wrestling games and sports games and stuff. Make it a little bit bigger to where, like you said, the shoe deals, they have that in the story now, but it's all straightforward. You're just going to get, you can only get so many pairs of shoes. You're never going to be able to get the new LeBrons. If you had it online, there might be a special shoe that came out in real life that you could just walk into Foot Locker now in the game. The guy's sitting there like, hey, I got these new LeBrons for you, on them, and you just pay your virtual currency and walk out with them.
That'd be awesome. It'd be like,
and it would keep your character looking different from everybody else's character.
It would be cool, but that's once you go open world, especially multiplayer open world, you're talking a shit ton of work. There's a shit ton of complications, shit ton of. I mean, games can fail if those aren't superbly undertaken. You know what I mean?
They would have to put it somehow like
this,
it would already have to be a thing for it to be a thing, I guess.
They would have to be well into this model of like, look, we're gonna start slowing down and just putting out better stuff.
Yeah.
Not putting out some new halfway decent piece of crap every year. Every 2, 3, 5 years, we're gonna put out fucking something awesome that's worth playing for the next 2, 3, 5 years.
Yep.
And if it's so worth playing that there's nothing left to play, we already got some shit ready to hold them over until next time.
Yeah.
Which are basically just prototype versions of what's going to be kick-ass in the next game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you could do that. You could do that without the multiplayer version of it on the online open world version, where you just have that downloaded content come in and you just continuously update your game.
Or outsource it.
Yeah.
Get like Fallout with Obsidian.
Yeah.
Like get Fallout. Let's say Fallout started doing. Well, Fallout already does do this.
Yeah.
But let's say 2K ends up doing this with WWE, right? And they hire a company like Obsidian or something to start making their downloadable content, or maybe to make a couple pieces of their downloadable content.
Yeah.
With that whole new side and whole new way of looking at things, of them doing it and outsourcing for it, you can have ideas come out of them that your people could have never even thought of because they were thinking so one weight about the product.
That's why it's changed so much when 2K bought
you can attract
Dukes and THQ.
You can attract non-wrestling fans to the game because of the awesome components in the game that was created by someone who really doesn't follow wrestling.
Right.
Like he added some real-world characteristic to the game that makes the game that completely changes the way you look and see the game.
Like you could have it to where like the Xavier Woods thing, he's got his own YouTube channel. Like if you were able to have that in the game, that would give it a different dynamic. People would be like, you could be a YouTuber and a wrestler. That's pretty cool. But I don't have to be a wrestler. Like I could just go on there and do my shit. Like that'd be pretty bad. People would love that. Like little perks and things to add it to it. Like for that, because right now they said they're going to update the audio. So they're gonna bring the people into the studio and they're going to record new voice acting. But that's it. Like there's going to be nothing. They're not going to upgrade your hair. They're not going to
But see, it's small things like that, like hair and outfits. And changing colors and updated color palettes and shit. It's tiny things like that that make huge differences.
Oh, yeah. Because those things change all the time. Triple H comes out with a beard and then all of a sudden he doesn't. You're like, he looks fucking different. This is cool. And then in the game, he's still got a beard and you're like, I kind of want the new, because I like it updated. Like I always liked when I was younger going on playing sports games and upgrading the roster, or in wrestling games, making the new wrestler when they weren't actually in the game. Like Kevin Nash, if he wasn't there, I'd make him, or something like Rob Van Dam, stuff like that. And like they've taken, you can still do that now, but it's like almost like, I guess with the community creation, they rely too much on that, because you could just download characters. You could just download custom stuff.
Like Deadpool and CM Punk and a couple people.
But it's like you're
but
saying.
I bet they love seeing all those CM Punk downloads.
Right? Which would be interesting if he ever came back.
Oh, you know he will.
Oh, yeah.
Someday
he's got to. I mean, he doesn't have to.
He writes comic books and stuff and goes to conventions, but he can only do that so long and still have the money he wants.
Yeah.
Because you're known for wrestling, dude.
Like I thought of the perfect.
If you're
comeback.
not wrestling, one day you're gonna fade out.
Yeah, I thought of the perfect comeback because just like how Paul Heyman screwed him over and went with Lesnar, I could see the same thing happening. Paul Heyman fucking Brock Lesnar and bringing CM Punk back.
I never want to see Paul Heyman fuck Brock Lesnar.
Right in the middle of the fucking ring.
The only time I want to see Paul Heyman fuck Brock Lesnar is if I'm gonna make anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000
right.
just from watching it.
Just from watching 100,000 like
There,
Brock Lesnar's
there's a
balls
there's
right
a
now.
throwback for you. An episode ago at this point, maybe two.
Webisode.
Webisode. I think they stopped calling them webisodes a
Did they
long
start
time ago
calling
when
them
people realized
webisodes?
how lame it was to call them webisodes. Like they're just episodes, dude. Like we know they're on the web.
It's called a fucking episode, bro.
Well, now too, when most things that have episodes, you watch on the web.
Yeah.
So now calling it a webisode, it's just kind of
True. It's kind of stupid. It's kind of
redundant.
like an asinine.